Okay, so let's chat about objections, because I think that A, there's quite a few new people in the business that joined this month, and B, I think a lot of people get objections. It doesn't matter which stage of the business that you're at, you're going to get some objections, whether it's in to join the business or it's to become a VIP and about products and this and that. So I really want to talk about that first. And in the meantime, if you guys can pop in your most common objections on the chat, that would be great, because then I can address those as well. All right. Perfect. So, okay, so the first one is the product's too expensive. Okay, yeah, the product's too expensive, don't have a big following. So yeah, the money. All right, the products are too expensive, or the product pack is too expensive. So this is a common objection, but I want you guys to remember that, okay, network marketing is not my thing. Okay, I'm actually gonna write that one down here because that wasn't on my list. That makes sense. So the product objection with price, they're not saying I can't afford it. So there is a difference between someone saying the products are too expensive and I can't afford these products. If people can't afford the products, that's not your person. That's not their fault. It's not your fault. It's just they can't afford the product. That's a very easy objection. It's just like, it's not happening. And that's okay. Not everyone's going to be able to afford the products. However, completely different language when they say the products are too expensive. It is your job then to show the value. And you don't want to get into this rebuttal with somebody. You don't want to start there. You want to deal with these objections before you even are having this conversation. So there's a way of actually dealing with objections in advance before people even come to you about product, right? That you're weeding those people out before they even show up to ask about product or inquire about the product. You want to really talk about what the value of the product is in your stories or in your Facebook parties or however you're approaching it. You really want to talk about the value of the product and what sets it apart from other alternatives. Because let's face it, a lot of people are willing to go and spend $1,000 on their hair extensions because it's an instant solution. Whereas with Monat, they just don't understand that the solution is amazing yet. So that's literally your job, is to show them the result. Of course, my dog is going to go nuts here. Always happens to me. So show them the value by showing them before and afters. Maybe the person that's coming to you, or maybe the person that your audience or whatever, maybe they don't have the same hair as you. So it's hard for them to see themselves in you, right? So show them the other before and afters on the team. Show them other people's results outside of your own, because maybe your hair goals or what you've got going on with your hair is not their hair goals, right? So that's one of the things. Talk about the 30-day money back guarantee. If they come to you and say like, I don't know, I'm just worried about like, what if I don't get the results I want? Because chances are the price is not the actual problem. The price for the product is the problem. They don't understand that it's an actual solution to their problem yet. So rather than coming from a point of having to convince them, just say, honestly, I'm so confident in these products. I know so many people who have done so well with them, who love them. I'm so confident in them. And there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So give them a shot. Give them an actual good try. Try them for 25 days. And if you don't love them after 25 days,
what do you want to eat?
Send them back and get your money back. And then the other thing is samples. You can send out samples, you can offer that, but I always tell people, because I'm not a huge sampler, but if I do send out samples, I always let them know you're not going to see results with the samples. The samples are really so that you can get just a feel for what the products feel like on your hair, feel like on your scalp. You're not going to all of a sudden walk out like you just got a blowout from the hair salon. You know, this is not the result that you're going to heed after using samples one time. You're just going to get a chance to see if it is good for you and if you like the feel of the product, and that's it. Really, that 30-day money-back guarantee is what's going to give you the results. So I would when people come to me and ask me if I would do samples, I usually say, yes, I have some samples. However, let me tell you about the 30-day money-back guarantee. So I always try to spin the whole sample thing. Sampling is good, but it doesn't always work. For me personally, it hasn't worked very well. And it costs us money. After we get that initial product pack product pack sample thing that comes with our kit, it costs a lot of money to go and replenish your samples and buy them. And sometimes it's not worthwhile. And I know for me, before I started this business, when people would sample me things, I would just throw it at the bottom of my purse, or I'd receive it and I didn't actually take it seriously. And so those people, now I feel bad because I realize those people probably spent money on those samples and I didn't care. I didn't see the value in it. People don't give a shit about something that you're giving them for free. It sucks, but it's just the truth. So once they've invested in it, then you know that that person actually wants the results. So the shipping, does anyone know that? I'm not 100% sure.
Hi, it's me.
Hi.
I think it's like $12. Oh, it depends on the weight. Okay. There you go.
The thing is, like,
there is a box at Canada Post and it's $20 up to 5 kilograms, I think, like whatever you can stuff in there. Yeah. Like it might be cheaper if you're sending one bottle back to go and get them to weigh it, but it's like with Canada Post, it's by weight, but they do have a box. If you're sending back like a bunch of stuff, anything that can fit in that box without misshaping it is $20 with taxes to send back. So there's that.
Mm-hmm. And so here's the thing too, like I've been doing this business for 2 and a bit years, and I think I've only had one person ever send it back. So I would honestly assume the responsibility of their pack, and I would just say, listen, if you don't love it, I'll just cover the cost of shipping. I'll just have it sent back for you. Whatever it costs you to send it back, $15 or $20, like at the end of the day, it's worth it for the longevity of my business. I'm always thinking big picture when it comes to my business. I'm not just thinking, oh my gosh, that's $20 out of my pocket, you know? I'm just thinking, okay, that's like good karma. I'm doing something. They're going to recognize that. And most people don't send their products back. That's the thing. I just want to make sure I'm keeping up with the chat. Connect with, yeah, so they can send an actual, like, they can also send a sticker back or something like that, right? For shipping. Oh, they can't. I think it's like case by case. Sometimes they'll do people a favor. So if someone's really upset, get customer service to send them a shipping label. Anyways, okay, so the next objection is I Googled Monat and I saw that your hair can fall out, or I Googled that there are all these lawsuits. There is a link called Truth About Monat. I'm going to put it into the chat, which addresses all of the lawsuits, the ongoing lawsuits, as well as the closed lawsuits. And to be honest with you, my response to this is never to just send them Truth About Monat, but this is more to actually empower you guys to go read this and read these resources and find out so that you can be more informative and you can actually just be more knowledgeable. But what I say to people when they come to me with this objection and say, I have Googled that your hair falls out, or I've Googled this, or whatever that conversation looks like, I say to them, listen, I completely understand that you've read that. I think it's great that you want to be informed. I always compliment them because some of my best VIPs to this day and some of my best market partners are the people that came to me with those negative objections, because they took the time and they cared enough to go look, to Google this company. Who the hell does that, right? Yeah, of course, you're gonna go look. If you genuinely care and you genuinely want to see results, you're gonna go look. When you go into Shoppers Drug Mart, when you go into any other place, are you really looking? Are you going to Google Kerastase? No, it's just a trusted brand because it's on a shelf somewhere. So I usually say that. I say, yes, all large corporations have lawsuits, unfortunately. That just is a fact. McDonald's has lawsuits, Tim Hortons has lawsuits, Monat has lawsuits, every large corporation. Even small companies, usually at some point facing a lawsuit. But I just say to them, like, yeah, I appreciate that you're actually taking the time to research the product. Then I say that I know so many people who've had such amazing results. And I always try to be relatable with them and say, if I had seen these results before I became a market partner or I became a customer, I think I would have been alarmed as well. So I make myself relatable. I bring myself to that level of understanding of, yeah, I would be shocked if I saw that stuff too. I would be put off too. So they feel like, oh, okay, it's okay that I feel this way. This is normal. Like if you see all these negative reviews, obviously you're going to be alarmed, right? So I say that, and then I just focus on the results. I say, listen, I've had nothing but amazing results with these products. I say, my friends have had amazing results. My hairstylist introduced me to these products. My current hairstylist became a market partner for this company because she believes in the products. Natalie. So right there is social proof. Social proof is huge. And I know these products work, and delivering that message in a way that's not so forceful and like defensive. The minute you get into defensive mode, you've lost them. So just telling them, I understand if you don't want to purchase at this time, gives them the power, and then they feel like, okay, she's not convincing me. Just say, if you want to, you can continue to watch, or I can send you some samples. If you want to try, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee. However, I completely understand. And I say to them, and I quote, I would never want it on my shoulders to have someone have a negative reaction to the products. I don't want that for my customers. And if I believed that you would have a negative or an adverse reaction to these products, I wouldn't be selling them. I'm sharing these products because I genuinely believe in them. I genuinely have seen so many people transform their hair or transform their lives because of this product or this business. And I leave it at that. Because when they feel empowered and the ball is in their court to make the decision and you don't get defensive, they're far more likely to just continue watching you to see these results pouring in. Because I'll be honest, I was the person that thought these products were way too expensive. And Bailey didn't keep on hounding me. I told her, like, they're too expensive. Like I didn't even say I can't afford it. I was like, they're too expensive right now. Like I can't even imagine. And I truly didn't believe that I was going to heed the results, right? That's really, at the end of the day, when it comes to the product, people will pay that amount if they believe the results will work. Which brings me to my next objection, which is it's written down here somewhere, that they don't think the products are going to work for them. Like they think they're the exception. That they're like, I've tried everything. I've tried every professional product. I've tried everything. It just doesn't work. It's not going to work for me. That's where I would literally go to someone who on Instagram, whether it's Sarah Hill or someone that looks like them, that has a similar hair issue to them, and send it to them and say, your hair reminds me of this girl. This is her before and after with these products. Suddenly they're connected to that and they're like, oh shit. Just say, follow her for a little while and see her journey. So I find that super, super helpful because like I said at the beginning of this, not everyone has the same hair as you. Woo, I better go and plug in because I just realized my laptop's gonna die. Okay. looks good. Ooh, my desk is a mess. Sorry guys, I'm plugging this in quickly. There we go. Okay. The next thing. I also tell them not to believe everything on the internet. I had a man purchase products from me recently. He's my mom's friend. And he didn't purchase because he Googled all these reviews. And he was like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm already balding. Last thing I want is for my hair to fall out worse than it already has. Or be worse than it already has. So I said to him, I said, listen, Jennifer Aniston has been pregnant like 100 times. She has never had a baby. It's because the internet is full of bullshit. Like at the end of the day, how many times have you looked at a tabloid and you've seen negative things about celebrities, or this celebrity is broken up and Kate and William are like fighting or whatever? It's because negative press is attractive to people. We love it. We feed off of it and it energizes us. So there are also people out there who are just network marketing haters and will do absolutely anything to take network marketing companies down. The FTC, that's why the FTC has become so stringent lately, because there are MLM haters, anti-MLM Facebook groups, who are literally people that rather than sitting there and spending their energy making money in a multi-level marketing company or a network marketing company, are spending their time and losing money, in my opinion, by trying to take people down and being like negative on the internet. Literally trolls. They're like paparazzi for network marketing. Yeah, so next. Oh, the other thing, I heard that I just saw that Monate products are not FDA approved. First of all, they're not food and they're not drugs. The FDA certifies food and drugs, not hair products. So that's irrelevant. Why would they certify our products? Why would they be involved? And I think there's something somewhere, I don't know, Allie, correct me if I'm wrong, but there is a resource, and I'm gonna actually look for it for you guys.
Can I put in?
Yes.
So I read something too, because I've had that objection come up, but products that make up our products and have to be FDA approved are FDA approved.
Yeah, so the ingredients are FDA approved. That's right. That's right, and that's the resource that I want to find. There's a resource somewhere. Maybe I'll try to find it after this and pop it into our actual group chat. Because just that knowledge for you guys, that knowledge is power, right? So knowing that, then you're not stuck in that conversation and someone says, well, it's not FDA approved. Like all of a sudden they're the head of the FDA and they're, you know, all high and mighty because they Googled something. It's like, no, it's not that. So I know that we have had lots of clinical trials. Oh, sorry.
Sorry, I want to go back to that FDA thing. Also, guys, the fact that we have our products in the UK is massive. They have the most restrictions on ingredients that can be in products. So the fact that we're even there, it shows that we have products that are the best. Top of the line.
You're the best. But once again, remember, the minute you're going into defensive mode, you've already lost that person. So you don't have to get defensive, but like I said, that knowledge is power. So instead of trying to be defensive in that conversation with somebody, unless they're really just trying to understand the science and ask the questions, usually these people are just trying to debunk you. So don't even entertain that BS. Like I do not even entertain it. I go, next, that's it. And then they can continue watching my stories and get their information there. So that's why you use your stories to create that knowledge, to tell people, hey, just so that you guys know, the FDA is food and drug. And then start talking about it. Talk about the tests that I'm gonna actually put into our group chat after this. It's good because people will come to you with these. So if you get ahead of the game and start creating content out of that, it's better. So that you can just face them head on and then they won't even come to you with that stuff. They'll just come to you to purchase your good hair care products. Next is okay, I think moving into objections about the business. Sorry, I'm just reading the chat. Yes, this is being recorded. I need to figure out how to just post the recordings. Do I just post them in our team chat? Because I don't want to post them in Shampoo when we don't have like a Facebook group. I don't know. Anyways, we'll figure that out. Martin?
Yes.
The dog is like begging at the door. Can you please? Did you guys see that? Like, what is going on? Okay, anyways. Can you deal with the dog, please? So yeah, let's move into recruiting. Okay, so the biggest objections are going to be, I'm not good at social media. I don't have a lot of followers. I don't want to be that girl. I'm not a salesy person, and I don't want to be salesy. I don't have the money, and I don't have the time. The other one is, I don't know about the products. So obviously with that product one, I'll touch on that one first because I don't have it written down, and otherwise I'll forget because I have squirrel brain. But if they haven't tried the products, obviously they have to be in love with the products to sell them. And I always say that to my potentials. If they have never tried the product and you're trying to sell them the business, talk about that. Talk about the 30-day money back guarantee with the product pack. Just say, listen, if you're interested in the business, get your product pack. Try it for 30 days. It's okay if you don't love them. Send them back. If you don't love them and if it's just not resonating, but I'm super confident you're gonna love them, and then you're gonna love the business. That's it. The next thing is not good at social media. We teach that in our teams. We teach you how to become good at social media. You're gonna have people who are like, yeah, but I really just don't wanna be on social media. You get to decide how to run your business. If you're more interested in building connections in person, or going out for a coffee in person, or connecting with your social circle in person, or texting your friends or talking to them that way, or having parties, that's fine. This is your business. You dictate how you want to run it. You don't have to do it the same way I do it just because I do 98% of my business on Instagram. So just empowering them and letting them know that they don't need to have 100 million followers on Instagram. And then when it comes to the no followers, like I don't have enough followers, I only have 100 followers, or I have 0, I don't even have Instagram, or whatever it is, I always just tell them, like, I started with 0 followers. In 2 years, I've grown my followers. I've grown my following. Everybody has a warm market. So I tell them, you have your own people in your own family, your own friends. And even I underestimated who my circle was when I first started. I had 0 clue. The people that I had join the business in the beginning are very different from the people who are here today and still with me on this journey. The only person I think who's here that joined me in the first 6 months is Allie. That's it. Everyone else is completely new. So that also gives you guys permission too to understand that your team right now might look very different in a year, right? So, so that's the no followers thing. Then being that girl. First of all, I always ask them, am I that girl? Do you think I'm that girl? And then I kind of joke about that, which is kind of cheesy, but whatever. At the end of the day, no one wants to be that girl. No one has ever come to me and said, I love being salesy. Like, sign me up for sales. Sales is my favorite. I've never heard that. I really hope that one day I get to hear that. But at the end of the day, no one wants to be salesy. I'm really just talking about who's what girl? What are we talking about? I'm so blonde. Oh my gosh. Becky, you can't capitalize on my weakness, which is my blonde, okay? I'm sleep deprived. Oh gosh, okay. Yeah, so that's the salesy thing. Really, no one wants to be salesy. In our team, we teach social selling, which is literally just the same as affiliate marketing or just genuinely sharing how much we love the product. And that's it. And we weave it into our other content. So when people come to me with that objection, it's total BS. They can 100% do this without being salesy. And just say, in fact, we do trainings all the time on how not to be salesy, on how to approach this business organically and authentically and make a paycheck out of something that you're already doing, like turning that Instagram scroll into a paycheck. The next one is the money. A lot of people say, oh my gosh, like I want to do the business, but I don't have the money, which is usually BS. Because then like a week later you'll see them in their stories and they're out for some really fancy dinner somewhere or like doing something where you can clearly see that they are spending money on other things. They're just not making it a priority, right? So I always just say, if you're in a, I mean, obviously like not one-on-one, I never would insult someone in this way, but in my mind, I'm like, if she's telling me that she can't afford a $250 product pack, she's the girl who needs this business more than anything. So I will address that in my stories. And I talk about that objection in my stories. And I'll say, if you're the person that doesn't think that they can come up with that extra $250 to splurge on yourself or do something nice for yourself, this business can do that for you. So that's where you take these objections and create that content and really just show people what's possible for them. Because some people really just need that extra $100 and need that. Can you imagine just having that, your grocery bill paid for or your cell phone bill paid for or covered? Bring them into that feeling of what it would feel like to have that off their plate and off their shoulders. Rather than focusing so much on like, join my business, join my team, talk about the result of what that's going to do for them. Because sometimes the join my team stuff comes off as like that salesy network marketing MLM. Then they're like, oh my God, is this a pyramid scheme? Rather than it just being like, no, this is the result of what it's going to do. Do you want to be on a free trip? Yes or no? I'm pretty sure most people are going to be like, yeah. I would really like that. That would be nice. Even for me, I'm a flight attendant. I was never motivated by the travel because I travel a lot with my job. But I'm going to tell you, when I went to Cancun, going on a plane where I wasn't on standby, where I could actually travel like without having to be shuffled around, because when you're a flight attendant, you basically get your travel for super cheap. But being on a pass is a completely different experience than actually having someone pay for your full trip for you, getting there, getting off the plane, having this like someone pick you up and get to this luxury resort and it's all paid for. It is so freaking nice. So I don't care what anybody says, the trips are freaking amazing. So rather than focusing on like all the work that it's going to take to get there, focus on that result. What's it going to feel like to be on the beach with 10 of your closest friends? It's going to feel damn good. For free. And then the objection that I hate the most, time. I don't have the time. I hate that objection, mostly because I find it to be the most insulting of all the objections. When people tell me they don't have the time, I'm like, I have a baby, a puppy, a 9-year-old, another job. Like I have a billion things on the go. And so for you to tell me that you don't have the time is absolute BS. Let me tell you, all the women in this company, if you go look at them who are at the top of this company, are busy AF. Bailey has 2 crazy boys. Sophie has 2 babies under 2, and she's the head of ER for her nursing department, or the head of her nursing department. These girls are not just like little suburban housewives living the like living the dream and just waiting for honey to come home. And no, they don't have all this extra time. They have chosen to take that extra 20 minutes they have, that extra hour they have, or whatever they do have, and turn that into a damn paycheck for themselves. So I didn't used to be that girl who was like, no excuses. However, it is so easy to just weave this business into your day. If you don't have the day to get up and like do your hair and be all glam, that's okay. You don't need to. Show other people what's possible for them. Show them that they can do this business. Make it achievable for them. Make it attainable. Help them envision themselves doing it. And I just said this on another call before this call, but you know, if you only have 5 minutes or you don't have time that day, that's okay. Just pop on your story and say, guys, I do not have time today to be on social media. I don't have time today to run my business. I don't have time today to do my hair, but I'm going to throw some dry shampoo in it and wing it for today. Because have you ever had one of these days where you just don't have the time? Freaking easy as hell to do that. Take that minute. It takes literally, 5 minutes or less. If I just said this on my other call too, like, I'm hoping that you all brush your teeth. I'm hoping that you're all at the sink at some point in the day. You are within a couple of meters or a couple feet or hopefully even closer to your products every single day. It doesn't take much to just pick it up and do a quick little ditty about it. And I'm not like, you'll notice by following me, I'm not a super product forward person, because I truly believe that when it comes to this business and when it comes to the success in this business, it's all about building a team. It's all about the opportunity. And I focus on selling the opportunity because I've seen how many lives have been changed because of it. And when I see, and what fuels me is when I see people making huge paychecks and sending me texts every month being like, oh my God, this bonus like did this for me, or I was able to have a debt-free Christmas for my kids, or I was able to put my daughter in dance this year, or I was able to do this with this money. That fires me the F up. So that's why I'm so just naturally able to share the business with people, but figure out what that is for you and share that. And that's going to tackle those objections that you face too. The more consistent you are, the less objections you're going to get. In the first 3 months, the first 6 months of your business, you're going to get lots of objections because people are not used to seeing your face out there talking about Monat. It's just a fact. They're going to try to debunk you. They're just learning along with you. So you're going to get lots more objections, and those growing pains in the first 6 months of your business are huge. And then, sorry, I'm reading these. This is so funny. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, really, I don't even know where I was, so I'm just gonna go into network marketing is not my thing. I don't think anyone out there is like, network marketing is my thing. It's kind of like the sales thing again. I always say in my stories how Monat is changing what network marketing is. I focus on this team and this group being a culture so that people want to be part of the culture of our team. And that's truly what it is. So for someone to say network marketing is not my thing, it's kind of like saying, oh, that restaurant isn't my thing and they've never tried it, or Lululemons are not my thing and they've never worn them. Trust me, when you put on a pair of Lululemons, they're your damn thing. They're your thing. You're gonna love them. It's literally just getting from this mindset of like, am I gonna go buy the $20 leggings from Walmart that are black, that look the same, that last a month and like fall apart and get all shitty looking? You know the ones I'm talking about. Or am I gonna invest that $120 in Lululemons that actually fit, look great, and last for 10 friggin' years? You know, so it's literally just getting that message across. And then understanding, like Ali and I had this conversation today, understanding that some people are just not your people. And it's not your job to convince them to try the product. It's not your job to convince them to join the business. Some people are just not down, and it's okay. Remove yourself from them, like remove yourself from that outcome. Stop focusing on the outcome and just focus on your message, which will over time become very organic and very authentic. And at first, it might be the discomforts of getting your face on camera a little bit, and it might be really awkward, and that's just you learning and you going through the growing pains of the business. Give yourself that 6 months to really just get comfortable. I don't think anyone is like, I love to go live. Like nobody loves going live. It sucks. I won't continue that sentence. It's just not fun. Yeah. Okay, now we can open mic. If anybody wants to come in and say something, let's do it.
Can I pipe in?
Yes.
Okay. Natalie just said it, and I've been wanting to say it this whole time, but it's not like you can't take these things personal when these objections come up. And I can speak from truth, honest experience that I take every single objection personally. When I hear objections, and Teresa has really helped me work through it, that's why I knew like her just taking control of this call and doing it. She is so good at turning a negative into a positive and not dwelling on the objections. And I mentioned this on my call before, like if you are able to provide a solution for someone's objection, then you're helping them with the solution to maybe some of their problems, and that can go a really long way. I've also tried to get, if you work anywhere you work, think of your workplace. Think about the type of objections that potentially come into your workplace. And I've had to, when I get an objection with Monet, I have to take a step back and I have to think about outside of Monet. I have to think about, I work at a yoga studio, I'm a manager, we're a hot yoga studio. And guys, I can't tell you how many people, and Teresa and I had this talk today, how many people come one time and say, it's not for me, I don't like it. Or the people that say, the first time I tried it, I hated it. And then the few times after that, I started to like it. It's very similar to our products and what we're doing, and even the opportunity. You know, sometimes maybe their first experience isn't perfect. But if you tell them, like, keep with it, stay with it, like, I promise, like, well, you don't have to say I promise, but it will get better, then I really have to compare that to the yoga studio, because there's even people out there who say hot yoga is bad for you. It's bad for your health. It can cause problems, blah, blah, blah. So we hear all these objections in our lives, but for some reason at the yoga studio, it's different because it's not my business. It's, you know, and at the end of the day, the owner of the yoga studio, she didn't invent hot yoga. We didn't invent shampoo. So like, keeping your mind, if you can think outside of the box and try to relate it to other areas in your life, it allows you to take that step back and not take it so personally.
Mm-hmm. And the thing is, it wouldn't be authentic if you're like, your hair was falling out and you're telling people your hair is growing. That's like, no, of course. But focus on your results. Focus on the fact that you do genuinely love the product. And if you don't, like, you know, you're in the wrong business. Give yourself time, obviously. When you first start, in the first 3 months, if you're starting as a market partner, and like I always say, kudos to the girls who start as a market partner out of the gate without even like trying the product, they just like go for it. That's not easy, because you're going through your transition, like, detox process while you're sharing about the product. So then give yourself that 6 months for sure. Give yourself that 90 days at least to get through the transition with your hair, and share it as you go, you know? Yes, exactly. Share it as you go, because the more people see that honesty and like that raw realness of like, guys, I don't know how this is going to go. I don't know how this is going to roll out, but I'm going to bring you on the journey with me. Maybe in 3 months I will be bald. Who knows? I like to do that. No, I'm just kidding. Maybe don't say that. Don't freak them out. But so many people told me in the beginning of this business. So what happened is when like these lawsuits came out, and guys, with that Truth About Monat site, if you haven't been on there, you will learn that Monat has had to countersue a lot of different people who made a lot of false claims about Monat. So most of these claims about the hair falling out and all this stuff is absolute BS, and there's nothing in our product that causes that. These are all just wildly, like, well, first of all, it's just common sense. What the heck are you putting on your scalp that's going to make your hair just fall out in like droves, fall out in chunks? There's no way that our products are just going to make your hair start falling out like that. You're doing something wrong. That just doesn't make any sense. And if that was happening, this business would be shut the F down. Like, this would not be a business. We wouldn't be the fastest growing hair care company in North America. Oh, the other empowering thing that I want you guys to know is our chief science officer was with L'Oreal before. He left L'Oreal for Monat. L'Oreal is the biggest hair care company in the world. They own Kerastase. They own a whole bunch of different beauty products. They own a whole bunch of different things. L'Oreal is the king of it all. They're basically like, I don't even know, Coca-Cola. You know, Coca-Cola owns like a whole bunch of different businesses. L'Oreal is that for the hair care world. So the fact that their chief science officer backs our science so much and backs our products so much, and you better believe L'Oreal has lawsuits. You better believe those companies all have lawsuits too, because like I said in the beginning, every large corporation does. People just don't Google it. That's the only difference. Chief science officer. So he, Ali and I actually saw him in Washington, and he talks about the product. He talked about the products in great detail. He talked about all the different ingredients. We have a scientific advisory board who actually, we have people who specialize just in eyes for literally just our stupid eyelash serum. Not that it's stupid, but you know what I mean. Just for one product, we have a whole team of people that make sure that that's okay for your eyes. We have people who specialize, like real clinical dermatologists, just dermatologists. We have a whole advisory board. We have people that deal with the pH balance of dogs' bodies or whatever. I was gonna say dog scalp. It's not a thing. I guess it is a thing, but you know what I'm saying. Oh man, my brain. So that is also really good for you guys to know, that these aren't just a whole bunch of, like, this is not some snake oil that some little witch is brewing up in her basement and selling, and we're not like, yeah, this is gonna work. No, these are actual people who are experts in their field, who know what the heck they're doing and creating incredible products. So that, I really urge you to go and look into all those lawsuits, look into the science behind the product, just for you. Like I said, don't start going down that wormhole of like trying to be this sciencey person on your stories, unless you're a scientist and that's what people are coming to your page for. It's just too much. People don't care unless they actually care, and then they'll message you and tell you. I know that there's been a couple. Becky. Oh my gosh. It's good. It's good to be informed. Yeah. So I don't know. Okay, so moving away from this and talking about July, because July is coming up. Before I say anything about July, have you guys hit your goals for this month, or hit your goal that you planned on hitting this month? Where are you at? What do you need? I know it's like literally the last 2 days, so pop it in the chat. Okay, awesome. Alyssa. then I know who to follow up with to make sure that those things happen before the end of this month. Okay. Yeah, Ali. Jasmine, good. Okay. Okay, sweet. This is good. Yeah, and so when it comes to goal setting, guys, okay, I have to share this because this is absolutely crazy, and I think I was going to share it in our chat anyways, but this month, at the beginning of this month, I was like, I'm going for AED this month after hitting MMM whenever that was last month. I was like, I'm going for AED this month. Is it going to happen? Hell no. It's not going to happen this month. It's okay. I've gotten over that. That's not happening. However, because I was in the mindset of I'm going for AED, I've released the timeline on it. I've said I'm going for it this month because every single month I'm going to be going for that until I hit it. But because of that, guys, last month I struggled to get 60,000 DVs. Remember last month, the last day when we had to put in $4,000 in sale or 4,000 DVs in sales to get me that freaking goal? Well, this month we are at almost 100,000 DVs. Like, that's crazy that in 1 month, this business almost doubled in our team. And when you set those goals for yourselves, guys, AED, it's 120 DVs that I need to get. And you guys each have your own PVs or GVs that you need to get to hit your goals. So definitely don't compare your day one with my day, whatever. I can't do math, but you know what I'm saying. My day, 872. But just focus on that goal and keep going for it. Every month, just keep going for it. Tell yourself what that goal is and go for it. Go for it. Go for it. And I'm closer to AED this month than I was last month. Did I hit it this month? No. Am I going to hit it? Yes, because I'm going to keep showing up as though I'm already AED. I'm going to keep showing up in my business as though I'm already there because I'm so connected to the feeling of what it's going to feel like to get that damn paycheck and that bonus. I'm like, I just step into that. I step into that feeling every single day when I show up for my business. I've been like, I mean, if you guys are following me on Instagram, I haven't been as active on Instagram, but I've been actively growing my Instagram following behind the scenes. And I've been trying to individually work with you girls in the team who need the additional support. So sometimes you don't see everything on Instagram going on, but then there's a lot that's going on behind the scenes. Vegas, I think they usually announce it either right before the actual month it's going to start. So they'll likely announce it next month or the end of July or the first day of August. I'm not 100% sure. Usually they do that like the first of the month. They always do that little president's message where they tell you all the incentives for that month and all of that. So I'm guessing that that's when they're going to announce it. And then when they do, we will just hit the ground running on like figuring out our goals. And speaking of Vegas, speaking of trips, there are a few girls here who are super close to earning the Dominican trip. So Allie, Emily, Joan, who else? My brain. Oh, Natalie. Sorry, Natalie. I feel like I'm missing someone. Yeah. Anyways, so this is the thing, guys. I did not earn the trip the first year. But was I invested in trying to see Bailey get to that trip or trying to see Sophie to get to that trip? Yes, 100%. Because when your upline makes it, when your upline gets the trip, you're just that much closer. It's more possible for you. When your upline hits it, it's like, okay, she did it, I can do it. It makes it so much more attainable. And so I didn't get the trip the first year that I did this business, but I got it the second year. So don't worry if your numbers aren't close. Focus on getting your upline there so that you can get there next time. Because next year, you want to be on that beach. You don't want to be missing Vegas, and you don't want to be missing whatever the heck the next trip is going to be. So I can't even tell you how much fun those trips actually are, because when you're there and you see how many lives have been changed from this opportunity, it is literally like, it's giving me goosebumps all over my arms just talking about it, because it is the absolute best. It is life-changing. So let's set some real goals into July that will actually get our girls there, that'll actually get each of us to our goals, and set a micro goal, and set like the realistic goal, and then set the unrealistic goal. So that when you set that realistic goal, you're like, I'm proud of myself. I hit that realistic goal. It's good. And then set that goal that feels like maybe it's unattainable right now, but that it's going to happen. That's AED for me. It feels right now like it's unattainable, and maybe even in July it's going to be unattainable. But I'm going to keep running for it. And I might just land on MMM, but that's okay. That's cool. Right? Yeah, Dominican and MM. Woo-hoo. Love it. Type it in. Type in your goals. Or not. Oh my gosh. Well, that was fun.
You can tell everyone's taking note because they're all like so close to their device. It's coming.
Okay. Good. Oh my gosh. So yeah, and going back to the objections, do you guys have any questions about that? Or do you have anything in your business right now where you're like, hey, this is what I'm struggling with? Yeah. These are amazing. I get so pumped when I see these goals, because all of these ranks are life-changing. Every single one. MMP is life-changing because it's the very first rank. It's like you hit that rank and it's like, woo, I can do this. Yes, Alyssa, you are so close. You are so close. You deserve MM because you're working for it. So this is the thing, guys. When you see holes in your team or in your business, figure out where the holes are when you're setting your goals. What is my goal? What do I need to get there? If you've got 1,200 PVs or if you've got 1,200 PVs and that's all you needed to hit your goal, work on the holes. Is it my team who needs help? Is it recruitment? Is it like where am I struggling? It's great to have lots of PVs. It's great to have lots of customers, but that's not what it's going to take to actually like continue to grow your business. So figure out where those holes are. If you're just a recruitment rock star and you're only at 200 PV, that's not going to help you either. So I have like ebbs and flows with this business. I have ups and downs and like I'm always changing up what I'm doing, because sometimes my PV sucks. And I'm like, ooh, I need to start giving more attention to product and sharing more about product and sharing more about that. And if I haven't recruited in a couple months, because that happens to me all the time, guys, I'm not a recruitment machine, believe it or not. I sometimes don't get MPs. I go through a dry spell for a few months where no one joins my team, and that's okay. But I know that that's what needs my attention. So what do? I shift my focus on my Instagram or on like with my content toward recruitment, and I talk about joining the business, and I talk about the benefits of the business and what it can do for you. How the heck do you find the go-getters? All right, I actually have a little exercise for you guys. One second. This is super cheesy, but I found it super helpful. Oh man, hope I can find it. Okay, tell me if you guys have ever seen the deck of cards exercise before. No? Okay, so there are 52 cards in a deck, obviously. You're gonna shuffle them up. Your deck of cards is your business, okay? So you have a deck of cards. It's just been shuffled. I have no idea what I'm gonna get. And each card is a market partner. Hang on, I'm gonna turn on my light. So each card is a market partner or potential, and they join your team. Okay. Jacks are people who work their business. So the royal cards, jacks, queens, kings, are people who are working the biz. They're working the biz. They're not your rock star. They're not your unicorn, but they're consistent. They're showing up for their biz. They're bringing in PVs. They're doing the do. They're working the biz. They're good. You want them. 6. Between a 2 and a 9 or a 2 and a 10 is there a 10? Oh my gosh, I can't even think. Yeah, a 2 and a 10 are people who are like, meh, like kind of maybe in it, maybe like not really in it. They might just join for the product pack, or they might just join for a little bit and fall off. That's not where you want to be investing your time. But look at that. I got someone who's like really into the biz. And then I got somebody who's like, just not that into it. Got another 9, or got a 9. One person who's just like not 100% in it. So that's going to be like 85% of the people who join your business. Just not going to be 100% in. Woo, I got a queen. Sweet, I got someone who's into it, who's working the biz with me. Sweet, I'm going to invest my time in this person. 7. Keep on going. King, sweet, another person who wants to work the biz. 5. You still want those people for your PV, and you still want to show them what's possible for them, and maybe someday they're going to turn into a king, or they're going to turn into your ace, but they just join and they kind of fall off. Well, another 5. Look at that. I've recruited 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and only 3 of them are really working the business. Ace, boom, your ace. That is your freaking unicorn. How many times am I going to hit a unicorn? Probably 4 times in your entire business. 4, that's all you need in this business. You need 4 aces. You need 4 to basically hit the top of this biz. 4 rock stars. So I got my friggin' rock star. Let's say that's Allie, right? I'm just using Allie because she was my first market partner in here who's actually still here. All the other people I recruited in the beginning are here because they're not even working the business. Sometimes they put in orders for their PV. She's my ace. Next, king, boom, got another good one. Boom, got another good one. I'm on a friggin' roll. And then a 10, meh, not really. Meh, meh. See, like, isn't this crazy? There's not that many good ones. That's a joker. I don't even know what that means. That's that snake in the grass. That's that bitch who's like, she's joined, but she's cuckoo crazy. We all have those. It happens. Ooh, we got another one. We got 2 crazy bitches. Oh man, 2, a freaking 2. Like, this is the girl, you don't even want this girl on your team. And if you cannot want this business for anybody, okay? You can't want it for somebody else. This girl is here. She has so much friggin' potential. You see it for her. You're like, I know this girl's gonna kill it. She's not killing it. 7, 5. Anyways, a whole friggin' deck of cards. I can't even find my aces. Oh, I got 2 in a row down here. You don't freaking know who is gonna join this business and who's gonna friggin' kill it. So focus on 52 damn people that you're gonna recruit. Keep on recruiting, keep on getting new market partners in this business, and you're gonna probably have 4 good ones. And then they're gonna have a good one, and then they're gonna have a good one, and soon you're gonna have a team like this one and be so damn blessed about all these people who show up. So excited that you have all these people showing up to your calls. Because guys, my calls used to suck. It was like 4 of us, where I'm like, we just like didn't even show up because it was that bad. Which is fine. Bailey's got like a huge team now. We used to struggle. It was like me, Bailey, Sophie, and Jess on a call. It was the most awkward thing ever. It's like, girls, you got to grow your biz, grow your biz. It wasn't happening. But if you just stay in it and commit to it and keep on doing it, through the shitty times, because the shitty times are happening, like they are going to happen. You're going to have stagnant times in your business. Last year, between June and October, I didn't recruit one market partner. That's okay, because October, November, December, I recruited plenty, and it made up for that time. You have seasons in this business. Some seasons are great. Some seasons suck. Just power through the suck and keep on acting as though you're killing it. And then you're going to kill it. That's it.
Teresa, I want to share something really cool.
Yes.
I'll actually send it to the group, but I think it was Sarah Hill or one of those girls posted, you know how in your back office you see like your top 10?
Mm-hmm.
She posted her top 10. I don't know what it was for. She like blocked out the numbers, but you could see their paid as rank. And guys, 10 names, they all said like SED, AED, MMM, like all these high ranks. And I was like, whoa. I'm like, that was really cool to even see a back office look like that and know that that's out there, that's attainable, and that's somewhere that you can get. I'll share it. It's really cool.
And that's the thing about this business. I feel like we're covering so many things. Like, this call is so good, but I feel like there's so many people who are like, oh, well, my other business, or not my business, but my other job, like I'm just so busy with my other job. Guys, Sarah Hill left her nursing job for this. Like, nursing is a great job, but she, like, that's such a privilege to be able to leave a great job for an even better one, because I'm so confident that this is even better. Like, once you get there and once you have a taste of that and what this can do for you, it's so much better than, in my opinion, any other job. And our whole job is to show that to other people, show them what's possible for them. And, you know, when you're having a lower moment in your business, just power through it. I can't even tell you how crazy it is to start getting those big paychecks, because you can look back and say, oh man, it was so worth it to actually dig deep and do this business when I was only earning those $500 paychecks or whatever they were. Because now, you know, life is damn good. It's true. Like, it's financial freedom, really, when you get to a certain point. So yeah, what else? Yay, I know, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for July. I'm so pumped up about setting goals. I think tomorrow I'm actually going to sit down and set my goals for July. I think June, we all know June was kind of a gong show. Like, it started out where we couldn't even really post on social media for obvious reasons, and it was just crazy. And July is going to be lit. And like, our numbers weren't even reflective of what was going on. We still killed it. We still slayed this month. And I don't know, I'm so proud of everybody. I think you're all amazing. Thank you guys for showing up to these calls, because just showing up is huge in this business. Sometimes you don't want to, and sometimes you just doesn't feel like you have the time. Like, you know, you'd rather be curled up watching Netflix or whatever you want to be doing. But showing up is so important. It means so much to me. And I'm just really, really pumped. Yes. Yeah. It's so true, right, Allie? Even just having this scheduled call every week and knowing that it's at the same time every week and you can rely on it being the same, even if you can't make it, you never have to feel bad. If you can't make a call, fine. It's not a big deal. But I think that was a game changer too, because the way we used to run it was like, we might do a call this week or next week or whatever. And now it's just consistently Mondays, 7:30, that's it. And then Bailey's, the bigger team calls that is on Thursday at 7:30. They're actually, I think, switching it to 8, just FYI. Yeah, okay. Hope you all have an amazing night. I hope that pumped you up. And I'm super pumped for July. Bye, everyone. I will see you soon.